So guys, so I'm looking through the gaming websites, and I see this game called Dante's Inferno. Know nothing about it. So then Super Bowl comes. What do we see? Many commercials about Dante's Inferno. This is my review of Dante's Inferno. So I've heard about this game. Don't know much too about it. All I know is it's a hack and slash exactly like God of War. At least that's what I hear. Looks alright. Then my friend invites me over about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago to invite me to watch Dante's Inferno, the movie, actually based on the game, which I didn't find out till after. But so we watched the movie. I thought it was pretty sweet. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go give this game a try. 3 days later, I go to GameStop, pick up a copy, bring it home. I started playing it. It was pretty good. I was kind of skeptic about it because some gaming like GameSpot gave it a 6.5, IGN gave it a 7.5, and XPlay gave it a 3 out of 5, and kind of skeptical. But actually, I found it quite enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing you're gonna realize is this is pretty much a clone of God of War. Obviously not everything, but the core gameplay is pretty much copied from that game. When it comes to the story, it's not that intriguing. More likely, the story would be a little more interesting if you just watch the movie. Basically, there's this guy, Dante, who takes place in the Crusade time. He's a crusader, and he has his girlfriend named Beatrice. And then when he comes back home, he finds Beatrice and her family slaughtered. And then her soul is taken from Lucifer, from Dante, because apparently she lost a bet to Lucifer that he would stay faithful to her when he was off doing the Crusades. Apparently he wasn't. He was tempted, let's just say. Sorry. Basically, okay. Guy's girlfriend gets killed. Lucifer steals soul. He goes after to save her soul. And I actually think it's pretty good. For the first couple hours of the game, because it's about a 10-hour game, on an average player's basis, I cannot stress enough how much this game is like God of War. Core gameplay. Basically, the best gameplay core of God of War is taken directly into this game. The way you walk, the way your moves are very similar, except the fact that you have a fucking scythe for your thing instead of the Blades of Chaos. God of War is still better in every way. If any game has to basically clone God of War, pretty good example. In this game, you have this scythe, okay, and you're swinging around, and again, all these moves pretty much correlate to God of War. You can upgrade your scythe moves and all that good stuff, and you'll get more powerful. Same button mashing stuff as God of War. All it does is button mashing. Button mashing, button mashing, button mashing. Some of it's pretty good, but then sometimes the button mashing can get a little repetitive. In the beginning of the game, everything seems really smooth, a good idea, but then it kind of gets like a little still intriguing towards the end, but not as intriguing as the obviously is in the beginning. But there are just some things in this game that sets aside from God of War that just really piss me off. No, in this game, basically you go down a rope, and then you have to get the momentum going from swinging rope to rope. But swinging from rope to rope in this game is I'm not going to say difficult, but annoying. Most likely the first time we have to swing between, I think, 5 ropes, you will die because you'll miss it, you'll forget to jump twice, or you'll press the button wrong, something. The thing that pissed me off the most. Some of the enemies are pretty good in this game. They're pretty average. I'm not gonna lie, the boss fights are actually pretty good. Especially the last boss fight is really challenging. And that's because his health just depletes so slowly, it's annoying. But, again, in a good way. Some of the enemies are just really annoying. Because it all relates to the 9 circles of hell. Like Lust, Limbo, Treachery, of course, being the last one, etc., etc., etc. But there's enemies that correlate to those 9 circles of hell. Like, for example, okay, in Lust, you have all these, these women that are topless, and they are, they're there because they were lustful their entire lives. The stupid thing about all those enemies is, once you pass, the 4th circle, you've seen every enemy you've ever seen, and all those enemies just randomly appear in the game, and it kind of doesn't make sense. You would think that only certain enemies would stay to certain rings of hell. Not necessarily they're hard, but, they are just really annoying. Let's just say that. They're annoying to kill. They're not hard to kill, they're annoying to kill. Also, one thing that kind of really pissed me off or might aggravate some people is, just like God of War, they had the context-sensitive stuff where, when you weaken an enemy enough, you'll get a button where you have to press it, and then you'll start this quick time kind of little thing where you'll be told to press a button at a certain point, and if you miss, then you either die or you just get hurt. And if you succeed, then everything goes your way. Now, unlike God of War, where if you screw up, then it'll be different every time. let's say like one sequence was X, triangle, and square. It will never be X, triangle, square again. But in this game, on certain enemies, whenever you get to these points of context sensitive plane, it will be the same exact sequence every time throughout the entire game. You can basically memorize this. You can expect it, which some people, it might piss them off about that. I mean, I was kind of bothered by that because it doesn't give certain any challenge whatsoever, so that was a little bad. I actually thought the graphics were actually pretty good, especially in high definition. Play this game high def, it's actually not that bad. If I did rate this game's graphics on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like an 8.5. I'm not saying it's like an amazing or anything, but aside from a lot of other games I've been playing recently, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. One really cool thing about this game is you can kind of spec yourself. So you have unholy attacks and you have holy attacks. Also with your scythe, you also get your girlfriend's cross that basically shoots out beams of crosses, and it's kind of like an area over effect. When you grab them with your scythe, you can either punish them, which will give you unholy points, or holy points, which will go contribute to that. And the more points you earn, you'll descend upper levels in unholy or holy. On the first playthrough, you cannot max out both unholy and the holy trees, so you get the replay value. On your first playthrough, I recommend upgrade everything holy. Now upgrading a little bit in unholy because there are some scythe moves in there that are pretty useful. Even like there's 7 levels per each, and on level 3, I think it's level 3 of unholy, the scythe moves get pretty good, and you don't really need to go past that. On holy though, once you fully upgrade your cross skills, you pretty much will never need to use your scythe ever again because those moves are so overpowered. It's not even funny. This is just a personal opinion of me, but I'm a guy who likes gore, like in video games, movies, whatever. Even though this is supposed to be advertised as a bloody game, although some like context-sensitive moves end with like decapitating someone's head or whatever, I particularly didn't think it was that gory, and I was kind of disappointed in that. Like I was expecting like God of War kind of stuff, even though I don't think God of War is really that brutal. That's just me. Overall, again, I thought this was a good game. Basically took the core of God of War and pretty much copied it very nicely. Just some things in it that will just kind of piss you off. This could have been a potential to get a really good game. Would I recommend you buy it? No. This is not worth the $60 to even purchase. Here's what I did is I bought it used and then I beat it in 2 days and I returned it the day after, so I got all my money back. I don't know if you want to do that, but that's what I did. Or rent it. If you're a person who likes typical action games like God of War, you definitely should check this out. Basically, it's just the God of War with the core gameplay with just different backgrounds. So I'm going to give it a final score of 8.3. I think it's a great concept, great gameplay, but some things just leave it hanging that could have been potentially made to be even better. But again, I hope that you found this review helpful, and just check out my channel and subscribe if you want. I'll be posting actually today a review of God of War Collection because I just finished that. So, and then God of War 3, which I'll be getting tonight. So I'll be reading those reviews to you guys. All right, thanks guys.